I believe there are three reasons to support the International Monsanto Tribunal. First, there are, of course, victims, communities who have been suing Monsanto for the impacts of its conduct in various parts of the world and before different jurisdictions. But many victims, in fact, have no effective access to justice. They face financial hurdles, they face the difficulty of collecting the evidence. Sometimes they have been intimidated or bribed by Monsanto in order not to file a claim against the company. And the International Monsanto Tribunal shall provide these victims with a forum in which they can express their concerns and be heard. And in fact, for many of them, it is important to have this forum in order to be at last heard and to be able to describe what they have been going through. Secondly, the tribunal shall develop international law. It is important to realize that we have some well understood and well agreed norms of international human rights law, but it is not always clear to courts across the world how these rules apply to companies and particularly to Monsanto. So the International Monsanto Tribunal shall be composed of eminent jurists who will help develop international law and thus support the development of jurisprudence and allow domestic courts to function more effectively. Thirdly and finally, we are now at a stage in which very important choices should be made as to how agricultural production should develop. Shall we move towards larger monocultures relying on fossil energies, pesticides, and depending on genetically modified foods, or shall we move towards diversified farming systems that respect the ecosystems, that can be much more sustainable and that can be highly productive by working with nature rather than against nature? And in order to enlighten the opinion about the challenges that we are now facing and the implications of the choice that we are making, we need such a tribunal to address the very important concerns that are raised by industrial agriculture, which is symbolized by Monsanto's proposals.
Proscribed a long time ago. Food is not a product that we merely just pick for off the supermarket shelf. Food is a celebration. Eating is culture, it's life. This is a struggle not just against one multinational corporation, it's a struggle for life, a struggle for liberty, a struggle to stop big companies from colonizing our food systems, from colonizing our agriculture, and from holding Mother Earth as a slave for their profit. And so this is a very, very important moment for the future of humanity and for the future of our planet, to stop the toxic poisoning of not just the food system but our water systems, not just the farming system but polluting and destroying the future of everything that we hold dear just because they have the power to do so. And I see this also as a space that ought to be supported by every single person on planet that is against the grabbing of our liberties by big industry.
Marie, could you tell the people who are listening today why this Citizens Tribunal is so important and why you hope everybody who's watching today will click on the link to endorse the tribunal?
I think it's very important because there are many people suffering around the world because of Monsanto's products. I met some of them, and they will come to The Hague in October for the tribunal. I think, for instance, of Christine, who used to grow coffee in Hawaii and spread Roundup on her farm and got non-Hodgkin lymphoma, which is a cancer, and she's now suing Monsanto. I met also in Argentina a woman who has been exposed to Roundup also through GMOs, and she got a son affected by a very severe birth defect. I met also Sabine in France, the same kind of story. There are many people like this. I met Colon in Sri Lanka, who is a farmer who used Roundup on his rice paddy, and now is suffering of a very serious kidney disease. All these people will come because it's time now that Monsanto be taken into account and brought to justice, you know. And this is a very unique occasion to do that. And I think that everybody should feel concerned by this story because it's a world story, and Monsanto is really affecting all the ecosystems, from the soils, the plants, the animals, and the human beings.
Tribunal Monsanto, au nom de mon fils Théo, qui souffre de malformations de l'œsophage et de la trachée, suite à une exposition très forte à un désherbant à base de glyphosate que j'ai passé au tout début de ma grossesse sur une surface de 700 mètres carrés. Et donc Théo est né avec ces malformations. Il a subi 50 opérations depuis sa naissance, il a maintenant 9 ans. Et je suis présente ici pour sensibiliser, je l'espère, les opinions publiques et les responsables politiques du monde entier sur la nécessité de la mise en place d'une instance juridique internationale pour prendre en charge et juger ces crimes contre l'environnement et la santé de l'ensemble de la communauté humaine. Donc voici quelques photos de Théo. Ici, c'est quand il est né, juste au moment où il a été opéré de son atrésie de l'œsophage. Et ici, c'est tel qu'il est maintenant. Et donc on voit que 9 ans après, il a toujours de très importantes séquelles, en particulier sa trachéotomie, puisqu'il respire par ce trou à la base du cou, et sa gastrostomie, puisqu'il est nourri par une sonde qui va directement dans son estomac. Alors cette photo a quelques mois, heureusement, depuis il a réussi à se débrouiller sans gastrostomie, donc il n'a plus cette gastrostomie maintenant, mais par contre la trachéotomie, les médecins pensent qu'ils veulent la garder au moins jusqu'à la fin de sa croissance, jusqu'à ce qu'il ait à peu près 18 ans.
I'm extremely grateful to the organizers of the International Monsanto Tribunal. It is time that agro-industrial giants like Monsanto be held accountable for their crimes against humanity, despoiling the food resources of the planet in ways that do lasting harm, not only to billions of people dependent on food for their livelihood, but also wrecking the prospects of a sustainable agriculture in the future. May this inquiry into Monsanto's alleged crimes against humanity be widely understood, and reactions to it start us down the road toward agroecology and a sustainable human future.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Timothy Litzenberg. I'm a civil tort lawyer from America, and represent about 1,000 people that contracted non-Hodgkin lymphoma after using Roundup or other Monsanto glyphosate-containing products. We are in the process of working up those cases and taking them to individual trials across the country. We have cases filed from Hawaii to Pennsylvania to Florida, and expect to go to trial in all of those jurisdictions. What I like so much about what we do is you can see the insidious and far-reaching influence of Monsanto through money and politics on a global scale, but they are not able to infiltrate the jury box. And so you hear their story a lot more than you hear the stories that we're able to tell today, but that's what we want to work on. We'll be able to tell the story of Christine Shepard, who spoke earlier, and others in civil courtrooms around the country. And then it won't be politicians, it won't be regulators, it won't be anybody that's paid to get to decide these issues. It'll be 7 to 12 ordinary Americans who hear our side and hear Monsanto's side, and they get to decide whether this causes cancer and whether it caused Christine's cancer and what to do about it.
I'm honored to be a patron of the Monsanto Tribunal. We are concerned that Monsanto and other agrochemical TNCs produce poisons that continue to harm human health and the environment. Monsanto's glyphosate or Roundup is a probable carcinogen, classified by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. And yet Monsanto persists in the marketing of its Roundup. Use of this pesticide has increased tremendously with the marketing of the Roundup crops, causing untold poisonings, including the death of Silvino Talavera, an 11-year-old boy in Paraguay. This unique tribunal, we hope, will bring justice to Silvino and others who have been poisoned, harassed, and devastated by the actions of Monsanto.
And I've been talking specifically about Monsanto's role in attacking science and scientists who throw doubt on the safety of Monsanto's products. Specifically, I've been talking about a study called the Seneviratne study, which was attacked by groups associated with Monsanto. And this included a PR firm called V-Fluence, which is run by Monsanto's former Chief of Communications, Jay Byrne. And this organization, together with an organization which claims to be based on science, it's called Ag Bio World, actually conducted a smear campaign against Seneviratne and his co-researchers. Some of this smear campaign consisted in having what we call third-party academics and third-party scientists speaking against the study. And this is a known PR technique, and it consists of putting the messages of the corporation into the mouths of supposedly independent scientists and experts, because the public trusts those people. It doesn't trust Monsanto, but it does trust a friendly scientist. So this is how it works, and this is what they did in the case of the Seneviratne study. They put the messages into the mouths of these scientists and experts, and also there were articles that appeared in magazines like Forbes, and these were all to smear the study and to discredit the researchers.
And we are putting Monsanto on trial. The Monsanto Tribunal is meant to celebrate our life on earth, our freedoms. And if in any way you care about the earth, your seed, your food, join this process, support it. We all need to act as one to protect this beautiful earth, to protect our future, and stop the crimes against nature and humanity.